we call kale a superfood, but for me, collards are also a superfood, not because, you know, kale has been appropriated, or just like quinoa has been appropriated, right, from the Peruvian and Bolivian culture. We have created this labels and standards of superfood, but actually any food can be a superfood if we really know, you know, what are we putting into our bodies.
What was your first impression with the Fresh Approach Nutrition curriculum and the VeggieRx curriculum when you first joined the team and started becoming an educator to the community?
Yeah, and I think also this work is part of each of the facilitators' journey. Is not only, I think there has been an awakening that's been happening not only, you know, at the organizational level, but I think it has also been happening at the individual level. For example, for me, I'm not going to tell you that I noticed things right away, or that I didn't, or that I wanted to dive in or jump right ahead into decolonizing a plate, because I did not have enough resources, or I didn't have enough understanding at the moment to come to that conclusion. So as I started to, you know, do research, as I started to get involved with community work, as I started to understand the importance of acknowledging our cultural foods, as I started to follow pioneers in this work through social media, through webinars, by attending workshops, I started to do, you know, to retrain my brain and to actually question and challenge the information that was presented in the curriculum. So it hasn't only been myself, but my other colleagues too. So, you know, we started having, or very intentionally gathering around meetings called Decolonizing the Curriculum, to revise each module, each lesson together, and to really dissect what is it that we're teaching, right? Is this really, is the teachings, is the language really aligned with our mission, our vision as a nonprofit, as an organization that loves to not only serve the community, but also loves to empower the community, right? To distribute the power within the communities that historically have been marginalized for many reasons.
How has that process been going, the decolonizing the curriculum?
The process has been going well. I would say it's going at a steady pace. We know that change doesn't come quick or fast. It's not a microwavable you know, process, but it's steady. We're doing it as a collective. We're doing it as a team. In the beginning, it was you know, it was a little rocky trying to figure out what is it that we want to omit, what is it that we want to enhance, what is it that we want to add, because we're also very mindful of the timing, and we're also very mindful of yeah, the main points that we would like our participants, we would like the community to take away with them. VeggieRx is not only a program when participants learn new skills to cook. They, you know, it's not only a program where participants learn about nutrition, but it's also a program where participants learn about behavioral changes, right? How can I change or adapt my behaviors so I can have an everlasting impact on my health, so it doesn't, you know, I'm not following the prescribed diet, or I'm not following culture diet, but I'm just following what is right for my body, what is right for my health, what is right for my soul. So it's been a steady process. It's, you know, it's a learning process as well. I'm still learning as an educator. I'm learning from from our participants. I'm learning for the community. I'm learning from the resources, any resources that I can find out there that really speaks to the vision of, you know, of VeggieRx, which is to enhance everyone's lifestyle, everyone's, you know, wellness through behavioral change.
Are there any specific new tools or resources you'd like to see incorporated into the into the new curriculum and how we continue to put forth the VeggieRx curriculum in the future.
Absolutely. I think one of my biggest goals, like personal goals for this work that we've been doing in the team, is to amplify the voices of our participants. I would love, because I always think I am not educating just to put information out there. I'm also educating to learn from the communities that we serve, to learn from the communities, you know, that we're doing this work with. So I would love to have the participations of our former participants, or future participants, whether it's through social media. I would love to see their testimonial, like how has how have the changes that we're implementing, and I'm speaking in the near future, impact your life, or have you noticed any changes in the way how you see food? Have you noticed any changes in the relationship you have with food, like right in the present, compared to the type of relationship you had with food before embarking in the series? So I would love to see more participation of our communities, the communities that we teach, for sure.
That's beautiful. Let's see, do you have any final thoughts on the topic of decolonizing the plate / decolonizing the curriculum?
Yeah, I think something that keeps coming up in our meetings, or keeps coming up in our conversations and dialogues with my other colleagues, the other educators, is that language, it's such a powerful tool. We have learned that the dichotomy of language, it's very embedded in, it's not just the community, but in everyone's lives. Like there is this dichotomy of bad or good, or there's this, how we treat language, very binary, it's very binary, right? It's either bad or good, it's healthy or unhealthy. If we're talking about, let's say, fats and oils, which one is better, or which one, there's no in between, right? So we have learned the importance of not adding morality to food, of not labeling food as good or bad. Food just is. It's just food.
There's so much false dichotomy.
Absolutely. Too. So just like removing the labels, removing that morality, removing that dichotomy, I think it'll allow participants and even us to have a different lens to approach nutrition from a very holistic perspective, right? It'll allow us to not feel guilty when we want to go for that comfort food that we probably is not going to nourish the body how you expect it to nourish, but it's going to nourish your soul, right?
There's room for that.
Exactly. There's room for that, and that is completely okay. So just removing language, I think that's one of the biggest things. The dichotomy of language, just not labeling foods, or just embracing foods as they are. A burger, an apple, they're both foods, but maybe just focusing on the nutrition value that each provide, and the importance of balancing and moderating which one you would like to to have, which type of food would you like to nourish your body with more often, compared to others that might not offer you that type of profile that you're looking for, but not disregarding the importance that it has in our souls and our memories, traditions, specifically when we're around holidays and we're thinking about dieting. So yeah, that's the conversation we're holding right now that keeps coming up.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to more people improving not only their physical health, but also the health of their relationship to food.
Same. Thank you, Thea.
Thank you, Nina.